Today, I'm going to tell you my top 10 radical ways to save money. Number 10, replacing toilet paper use with a bidet. While a bidet may take a little bit of upfront cost, in the long run, you will easily be able to save a couple $100s per year on toilet paper expenses. And while that doesn't seem like a lot, $200 to $300 is easily an extra $20 to $30 every single month added on to your grocery budget. Imagine what that kind of savings every single month could do for you. Right now, with inflation, it would dramatically reduce the amount of impact that you feel to your grocery budget just by having that small amount of savings every month. You could easily use it to add snacks back to your monthly food budget, or even upgrade some of your dinner choices to premium cuts of meat that you haven't been able to afford, or even having a little bit more meat. Most of us have been almost completely priced out of beef at this point. Beef has become a major luxury. So just to be able to have ground beef back in your meal plans more often, you could also put that savings toward food upgrades, such as buying some organic foods or higher quality processed foods. And then finally, another great way to use that savings would be to add a mini monthly stock up, meaning you find an item that you use regularly that is on sale, and you put that $20 to $30 towards stocking up that item for the month. And every single month, you could choose another item or two and stock those up in your pantry. So that will save you even more money in future months when those items are not necessarily on sale. Along the same lines as toilet paper are paper towel usage. Now, while I understand that it is virtually impossible to completely cut paper towels out of your life, I don't personally cut paper towels completely out of my life, but what I have done is try to considerably reduce my usage because they are expensive. So if you can save dozens of rolls of paper towels per year by implementing 2 changes that I have personally implemented, you can easily have a savings of $20 to $30 a month on top of the toilet paper savings. You can take that $50 to $60 just from those 2 things alone and add that back to your grocery budget. That is going to do so much for your family on a monthly basis, and you're not going to miss it. I have personally implemented 2 changes to my routine to reduce down my paper towel consumption. The first one being purchasing a salad spinner because it's reusable, it's washable. Yes, you have to store it, but to be honest, it has saved me from using so many paper towels, and it has also incentivized me to eat more veggies and salad just because it's so much easier to dry off all that produce. Not only is that salad spinner going to save you on the paper towels, but it will also save you because now you no longer have to invest additional money in those convenient boxes of salad or bags of salad, because you can save money and buy higher quality, lower cost, fresh lettuce, chop it up and wash it in your salad spinner in no time. And at the same time, not wasting paper towels. I personally don't like to use kitchen towels to do this because when I run them through the wash, they have chemicals in them. I don't want that touching my salad leaves. So I prefer the salad spinner for that reason. It's a huge savings on paper towels, and it avoids the chemical problem from the laundry detergent in our towels. The second easy thing that I have done to cut down on paper towels is to use reusable microfiber towels to clean my home. These can be easily thrown into the washing machine and cleaned to use again and again. Savings tip number 8, the 72-hour rule will considerably reduce impulse spending. The general theory here is that you sleep before you buy. By sleeping on it for just a couple of days, more than likely, most impulses to buy will totally disappear. Sleeping on it is one of the best ways to avoid those impulse buys because more than likely those urges will pass on their own in that much time. And if after 72 hours you still want that thing, then you can feel more confident in purchasing that item. My parents and my family members, and I'm sure a lot of you are the same, you're going to have family asking you for Christmas ideas or birthday ideas. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? Every time I want something that is non-essential, I'm going to add it to the Christmas list. And at the end of the year, I am going to have this huge list. And what happened, I could never be prepared for, because when the end of the year rolled around and they inevitably asked me for Christmas ideas and birthday ideas, because my birthday and Christmas are kind of close together, I had my lists ready. I thought I was ready to go. But the joke was on me, because when I went back to that list and I reviewed it after it had been waiting in my Amazon Christmas list for months, I deleted almost everything off the list, guys. There was almost nothing left on my list from the entire year. So if I had gone and I had purchased all of those items, I would have had so many regretted purchases. This one thing can literally save you, I would say, at least $500, upwards of $2,000 to $3,000 a year, depending on how many impulse purchases you buy. For me, it definitely would have saved me $500 to $700 over the course of the year. That is another $50 on your grocery budget. If you implemented these first 3 things that I just mentioned, all of your worries for your grocery budget have completely disappeared at this point. Money savings tip number 7, track cost per use. And this is another technique to help you avoid impulse buys, because if you consider something that you want to buy and how many times you're actually going to use it. For instance, what happens if you buy a treadmill for $1,200 and you only end up using it twice and it ends up abandoned in the other room, collecting dust, only to be sold off later for like $50 or $100? Your cost per use is huge. Or what about a subscription that you completely forgot about? You signed up for it. It sounded like a good idea at the time. You've had recurring monthly charges for that and you haven't even used it. Looking at your expenses and figuring out the cost per use can help you make better decisions and avoid those impulsive spends that are completely wrecking your budget and not providing you the value that you deserve. Savings hack number 6, and please don't hate me for this, stop buying drinks outside of the house. This can easily save you $1,000 to $4,000 per year. Do you know how much money that is? That can help with your mortgage payment. That can pay your insurance. That can pay your taxes for the entire year almost. If you are one of those people buying coffee out every single day, 1 cup of coffee a day, it's so much cheaper to make it at home. And I'll be real honest, I don't think that you can make it through a drive-through faster than you can brew a pot of coffee. Now let me be very clear. I am not suggesting that you give up coffee. I am simply suggesting that you go about getting your coffee in a cheaper manner. Don't give that money away to people. That's your hard-earned money. If you're one of those people who go through the drive-thru every single morning to buy a $5 coffee, that is costing you easily $1,200 to $1,300 per year. $5 on a coffee for 5 days, every single week for 1 year is easily $1,200 over the course of a year. For my husband and I, that would cover our car insurance premium for 1 year. Just that one little change. Of course, I don't buy coffee. If you know me, that is one thing. I do not buy coffee out, because $1,300 a year is hefty. Believe me, not up in here. And that's not including if you buy other drinks at the gas station, or if you're going through the drive-thru to get drinks. I just pack a little lunchbox cooler with some ice packs. It takes 2 minutes to pack that thing, and I just take it out the door with me. I live in Texas. It is hot. I can't go anywhere without a bottle of water. Or you can use one of those reusable water bottles. Now, you don't need 20 of them. Hydration has become a bit of a trendy thing these last couple of years. Get a cost-effective thermos to carry your water in, or pack a cooler. I do that very often. Either way, no matter which option you choose, over the course of the year, you can easily save a couple $1,000. And a couple $1,000 in this economy is going to do so much to help you out. Radical savings hack number 5. Use your freezer as a convenience store. Personally, I like to bulk cook grains and beans and proteins. And if I have anything left over, whether it's an individual ingredient or whether it's a complete meal, like a nice soup, or almost anything for that matter, because most things freeze very well. Whether it's an individual ingredient, an entire meal, or even produce that's going bad, like bell peppers. If I buy too many bell peppers or I don't use as many as I thought, I like to go ahead and slice those up and make my own frozen bell peppers or onions, or both, that I can use in recipes later. And so having individual ingredients that can easily be thawed and used into quick meals, or having entire meals cooked and ready to thaw and eat, and also having that cheap convenience of having frozen vegetables ready to use in your recipes. I estimate that that can save anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a year easily in savings on food waste by not letting those things go bad and putting them in the freezer for future use, as well as avoiding DoorDash and drive-through and takeout food, and coming home instead to a delicious meal that is home cooked, that is just a simple heat and eat situation, is going to save you so much money over the course of 1 year. We almost never go out to restaurants, folks. Even when we are pressed for time, we've had situations where we are coming back from out of town, we have had a long drive, we are coming back into town, and we used to be very tempted to go to a restaurant and just pick up a nice bowl of soup. I always have soups in the freezer that I can just quickly thaw out and warm up, and we can have a nice, hearty, home-cooked, delicious soup for virtually nothing. Over the course of 1 year, the savings on something like that is astronomical. If you even implement about half of this list, you will probably not have to worry about the cost of groceries for the entire year. Radical savings hack number 4 is to incorporate at least one use it up day per week. That means everybody eats leftovers. Food waste is a huge problem in the United States. It is a very costly problem, literally throwing your hard-earned cash into the trash can. And in this economy, nobody can afford that. You can always freeze those leftovers to have meals ready to go in the freezer for later on. People pay so much money for those conveniences in the freezer aisle and to cheaply make your own freezer meals. And you could even take this one step further by choosing 1 week on average of every 2 months to not buy any groceries except maybe the basics, milk, bread, eggs, and then plan your meals for that week around things that you already have in your fridge, freezer, and pantry. Radical savings hack number 3, and this is one that I personally have used and have saved myself $2,000 to $3,000 over the course of 1 year. I'm not joking. This tip will cost you a few hours of your time, one time over the course of every 2 years, and that is to audit your insurance premiums, especially your car insurance and your home insurance and your flood insurance if you have that. We do have it. It's Houston. This place could flood. Anybody who lives here knows flood insurance, even if you're not in a flood zone. I have flood insurance. I'm not in a flood zone. So so anyway, these 3 insurance types, definitely you want to be calling around and getting quotes at least every 2 years, because every single time I do this, I save at least $2,000 to $3,000 on all of those insurance premiums combined. Radical savings tip number 2. This one's not going to work for everybody, but for the people that can still implement this, it will save you so much money and frustration over the course of your life. I'm not even sure we can put a dollar amount on it, to be honest. Between the stress savings and the financial savings, I just about can't quantify it. But that is marrying someone who is on the same financial page as you. There is nothing worse than marrying a partner who is not on the same page financially as you are. If you are the type of person who wants to save money, avoid impulse spending, and do a lot of these things that we're talking about in this video to save yourself money, and the other person is a frivolous spender, you are going to cause yourself years of frustration. This consideration could actually change the trajectory of your entire life. So if you are not already married and you are looking to date someone or to get married in the future, considering this now could save you so much money over the course of your life. If I were dating in this day and age, I've talked about this in a past video, and I will actually link that video at the end of this video so you can watch that next if you're interested. But my husband and I went for dates to the laundromat and the grocery store and the gym. Yeah, we went and we did those types of activities together and we had so much fun. And in my opinion, and I have done this, it's my personal experience as well, this is what I did, is that if you can do those types of mundane tasks with the person that you are dating, you're going to have an awesome married life. Because real life marriage is just not all fun and games like it is in dating. Of course, you can get along with people during the dating process, going to dinner and going to bowling and going clubbing and, doing all of these fun things. Obviously, there's a lot of money being spent there, but if you can find a partner who enjoys doing laundry with you, going to the grocery store together, just going to the park for a nice picnic, laying on the grass, talking for hours. I can't even explain to you not only how much money you're going to save, but how much better of a marriage you're going to have just because you have your best friend by your side. Savings tip number 1. This one is another one that can save you astronomical amounts of money. We are talking enough money to put a down payment on a house. We are talking enough money to buy a car, and that is taking care of your health. And even if you don't end up in the hospital, additional doctor's bills and medications over many years adds up to a lot of money. Protecting your health can save you so much money. Again, I almost can't put a dollar amount on that. Thousands of dollars per year, definitely, on medications and doctor's visits. And so that means purchasing better quality food, simplifying your life so that you have time to exercise and take care of yourself, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your spiritual well-being. Okay, guys, so I really hope you enjoyed my radical savings tips. Let me know down in the comments which ones you plan to try this year. I can't wait to hear it in the comments. And if you have your own radical savings tips, leave those down in the comments too for everybody else, because we all want to know. It's a tough economy. We got to save money. Let's help each other. As promised, I will make sure that I leave that video right over here that goes more into detail on number 2, marrying the right partner, and how much money that can save you. And I'll catch you guys next time.